the on your face mask. Hello and welcome back. Once again, I am Chris Noosh, and this is my vlog where I document everything that I do in my studio during the week. So right now it is Tuesday. Yesterday I did all my normal Monday stuff of editing videos, getting everything ready to ship in the mail, setting everything out. And I had a request from a gallery. I sold a piece in a gallery over the weekend, and they asked if I could provide a certificate of authenticity. So I had to create one of those yesterday too. This was just the extra, just in case I messed it up. I already sent that off, signed and sent it off, but created one of those too. So the life of an artist is it's a lot more work than just creating art. I have to do a lot of things, but all of those little things are done. And today I have to print a couple of t-shirts to get in the mail early. And then I also want to do an experiment. Halloween's coming up, so I want to create some work for Halloween. And I think this year I would like to try to make a Halloween mask. So over the weekend, I got a piece of foam that I'm going to experiment with today, just to see if I can, number one, print on foam, and two, how the ink sits on it, if it dries, if it cracks off, if it's a good material to possibly make a mask out of. So, and I'm kind of thinking like inspired by like old 70s style, like just sit on your face masks. Could you hear me? Sit on your face masks. So today, all I want to do, no other thought behind it. I just want to know if I can print on foam. So I want to do that too. So first I got to print some t-shirts, and then I'm going to do my experiment. Do you want to hear a fun fact about one of these t-shirts? It's going to be the second to last t-shirt you see me print. So not this one, not this one, and not even this one, but one coming up is a tiny kaiju carving of a Phoenix fox, and it was inspired by a commission piece that I did of a person who had a dog named Kaiju. It's this one. And they wanted me to draw their dog attacking the city. So that's where that inspiration came from. So the first part of my experiment is I got two little blocks. You might recognize these from the tiny prints that I've done recently. And I'm just going to put them on the foam. And I'm going to run them through the press. I'm using these blocks because they're small and they have a lot of detail. This is probably the most detail I'm going to want to get out of this print. I just want to see how much detail the foam will hold. So that's the first test. All right, let's run it through the press. All right, now we take a peek. Lifting up the first block. And the second. So that answers that question. Yes, I can print on it, and yes, it holds a pretty good amount of detail. Now I want to try a larger block. All right, so I've inked up my face mask block that I carved last year. I did these for face masks. Look, you can see me wearing it right here. And this is about the size of the block, maybe a little bit bigger to include eyes and stuff, that I'm considering for these masks. So I'm going to use this to test to see how this will turn out. Plop it down and run it through. Now we take a peek. Oh, that's real stuck on there real good. That prints pretty nicely. All right, so the answer, can I print on foam, is yes. The second question that I have is, how does it act when it's dry? And for that, I just need to wait a couple days. So I'm gonna let these dry, and we'll come back to this experiment after that. These weren't quite dry, so I'll come back to these again next week. Now to start sketching for my next project. So when I sat down to start sketching, The only ideas that I had in my head is that I wanted this piece to be a layered piece. And not many layers, I'm thinking just 2 layers. So I was thinking in the elements of a foreground main element and a background another element. And I started sketching. I was Googling, my typical Google search when I do these things is something like cute animals, fun animals, unique animals. I was Googling these terms. And then I came across, I forget what it was, but I came across like a dragon type thing. And I thought, well, how interesting would it be to make another animal look like a dragon? Because people, I think it was an article that was talking about which animals may have inspired the dragon tails. And some people were saying that it could have been whales or as Komodo dragons or... Oh, there's a lizard in Australia, and I can't remember what it's called. It starts with a G. Goanna, I think is what it was. All of these could have inspired the dragon myths. So I started doing that, and that sketch didn't work out so well. Well, it did. I think Paige said it looks fine. So I might use it for something else. I didn't really develop it. It was an elephant as a dragon. So we'll see. But... the next thing I started working on, I kind of started thinking of it as it was one of my tiny carvings. And I created this scared little koala. And then I put a Viking hat on it. And I put it in a boat. And I put an axe in its hands. And then I kind of started making this little scene of a koala Viking. And I actually really enjoyed this one. So I think this is the idea that I'm going to move forward with, is this koala Viking piece. Now I've got waves at the bottom, and that's going to be the foreground piece, and then everything else behind that is going to be on a second layer. But in the frame, I need something to keep the top layer from pushing forward in the frame. So I made 2 little decorative elements to kind of sit in the frame, and it actually really nicely frames it all together. All right, we're done sketching and I'm here now. So the 2 little top elements right here is what I'm going to use. And those are decorative, but they're also purposeful. And you'll see what I mean soon when I draw this out. So the next thing I need to do is to draw all that onto the board. And Marty, as always, as I start talking, come here. She's rubbing all over everything, just trying to say hi. So, hello, baby. All right, let's go draw it out onto the board. Let's go draw it out onto the board. All right, so I've got it all drawn out onto the board and all ready to carve. It fits nicely into the frame. I've got it spray painted now, and all I need to do is start carving it up, and it should be ready to paint tomorrow because this won't take super long to carve. It'll take me the rest of the day, but I hope to have it finished by the end of the day. Well, by the end of the day, I mean, this means nothing to you. I'm going to be cutting this. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but the end of the day means midnight, later tonight. All right, let's start carving. So I'm sitting down in the basement recording some voiceovers for this as I'm editing the video together for you guys, and Marty keeps walking past and rubbing on the microphone, trying to talk to me, and she's making it a little difficult. This is the 3rd time I'm having to record this, but here we go. I wanted to come on and tell Marty, get out of the way. I wanted to come on and tell you guys what the challenges of this board were to carve. It's been sitting in my basement for about probably a year at least, but I don't think that has anything to do with the challenges with carving it, because wood really doesn't go bad. But this wood was pretty hard to carve. It wanted to chip and peel and do things that I didn't like it doing. And it really fought me in a lot of different spots. Halfway through the thing, I pulled my tool up and I sharpened it to get a little bit of a better edge working throughout the whole piece, which kind of worked. But really the difficulty with this piece was the wood and the way the wood wanted to carve. And it just didn't want to carve all that cleanly. But I fought through and made it happen. It's Thursday morning now, and I've got this piece all carved out. I actually quite like how it it turned out. The waves are done a little bit differently than I have done in the past, and I think it looks fun. There's an app that I used to play, and I can't remember the name of it. And if I can think of it, it's something where you like stack like shapes and stuff to see how tall you could get it. It sounds stupid, I know. It's the dumb things that we do when we're playing on our phones, right? That game had some really cool animations in it, and this doesn't look anything like it, but it makes me think of it. In that game, they used to like hang clouds by strings, and it looks like a play, like a like a puppet show theater kind of thing, and that's kind of the look I was going for here. I think it might be a cool little direction to go into the future. But this one is finished. Generally, I've been staining the frames for these pieces black, but last time I was out, I grabbed a new color of stain, and it's called Royal Pine, and I think it's got a little bit of a blue to it. It's like a dark blue. I think I'm gonna give it a shot for this frame. I think that color would look really nice with the colors that I'm gonna use to paint this and the theme of this. So I'm going to go stain this frame, and then I'm going to paint this today. Those are my goals for Thursday. One of my professors at KSU, actually, I never had him as a teacher, but I was in his class frequently, and we talked a lot. He said in an artist talk, Joe Sambiris is the name of this professor, and he said that he likes printmaking because it's kind of a collaboration between yourself and the universe. And I think that is truly what happened with this piece, because I had a plan going into it on how to carve it, and the wood had a completely different plan. So the materials really dictated on how I was going to carve this, which has still turned out really great. And my plan didn't change a whole lot, but I really did have to listen to the wood and how the wood wanted to be carved. And now it's time to get inky. I just finished inking up the piece, and I don't want to say what it is. Paige probably knows what it is. She's seen the sketch, but that's all she's seen because I finished carving it at like midnight last night. And I want to show Paige this piece for the first time on Paige Cam. All right, Paige, it's your cam now. It's Paige Cam.
All right. Oh, look at that little fierce Viking koala.
He's fierce?
Well, he's adorable.
I think he's scared.
He's scared.
You don't think he's scared? You think he's fierce?
I think he's fierce. I think he's ready to go.
Oh.
Look at that face. That's the face of a Viking ready to go conquer the world.
Do you like the blue frame?
I do like the blue flame. It's really nice.
Yeah, you don't think I should stain it black? Keep it blue?
No, I like the blue. I think it goes with the theme and the colors.
I really was
nicely.
trying to go for scared, not fierce.
Scared. Well, I mean, apprehensive.
Yeah, I was going for like cold colors. I wanted everything to look cold and scary, and that he was like, how did I get here? And not like, I'm ready. I didn't want I'm ready. I wanted, how did I get here? What choices have I made in life to lead to the situation that I'm currently in?
He does have an unsure grip on his axe.
Yeah. Well, and a grip, and if we're really honest about it, it's a grip that if you held something like that in real life, that was probably about 20 pounds, like that axe would be, that it would just drop it. Let me hold on. Let me get a broom. Oh, B ran away because I grabbed the broom.
Oh, B.
All right. So he doesn't have thumbs, so he can't do what I'm doing, which is this. So he's really just doing like this. Oh, no, even less. He's holding it like this. And I'm having a hard time, like, because I have to use my elbow, so he's doing like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. This is your impression of a Viking koala.
Yeah. Anywho, well, that is finished.
It is nice.
Oh,
He's back.
Bee's back. He's not. Are you scared of the broom? Oh.
He's still scared of the broom.
Do you want to sniff it? It's a nice broom. Come. Do you want to sniff it? It's not going to hurt you. Look at B conquering his fears. And welcome to Friday. All right, so week's pretty much over. I finished up my koala. I don't know what to call this one yet. My koala Viking piece. Into the storm. I don't know. I'll come up with a name for it. But I finished this piece. And today I have a couple of other things that I need to take care of, including printing t-shirts. So that is once again how I'm going to close up this video. I got a handful of shirts I need to print. I'm going to print those ones up, and then I'm going to bid you adieu. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me make this little Viking koala piece. I do like it. I like how it looks like it's on stage for like a school play. Like these waves would be made sitting in front. So I like that concept, and I might do more with it later. The only problem is that these frames are a little difficult to make for me. And you might say, well, what's the difference? Well, if I hold up this piece, you can see that the difference between the frames is these, the 1x2s that I have in this frame are sitting flat, like on their 2-inch side. And then the 1x2s that I have in this frame are sitting up, like on their 1-inch side. So it's a little bit thicker, and I don't have a table saw. I'm thinking about possibly getting one, but I want to get one that won't cut off my fingers if I make a mistake. I don't want to lose a finger to a mistake. So I've been using a router to do these, which works really great, but it's hard to get them to go really thick and tall. Hopefully that makes sense. Anywho, I just kind of babbled on that. But hopefully you enjoyed watching me make this one. I'll do more pieces like this. I definitely will do one more piece like this because I made 2 frames this week out of the wood that I routed out to make this one. So I'll have another one soon. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this week, and I'll see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.